sensitive, संवेदनशील, sensitive, संवेदनशील. She is very sensitive to criticism. She is very sensitive to criticism. Strict, कठोर, strict, कठोर. The teacher is strict about homework. The teacher is strict about homework. Scheme, योजना, scheme, योजना. They have a scheme to build a shopping mall in that area. They have a scheme to build a shopping mall in that area. Scientific, वैज्ञानिक, scientific, वैज्ञानिक. She conducted a scientific experiment in the laboratory. She conducted a scientific experiment in the laboratory. Brief, संक्षिप्त, brief, संक्षिप्त. She made a brief visit to the store. She made a brief visit to the store. Random, अनियमित, random, अनियमित. Random people were selected for the survey. Random people were selected for the survey. Combination, मिश्रण, combination, मिश्रण. She wore an unusual combination of colors. She wore an unusual combination of colors. Observe, नजर रखना, observe, नजर रखना. He observed her studying in the library. He observed her studying in the library. Strategy, रणनीति, strategy, रणनीति. Her strategy to win the game was to score early. Her strategy to win the game was to score early. Phase, चरण, phase, चरण. The project is entering its final phase. The project is entering its final phase. Status, स्थिति, status, स्थिति. She enjoys her status as a famous actress. She enjoys her status as a famous actress. Branch, शाखा, branch, शाखा. The bank has several branches in the city. The bank has several branches in the city. Ensure, सुनिश्चित करना, ensure, सुनिश्चित करना. The contract ensures the company's regular income. The contract ensures the company's regular income. Historical, ऐतिहासिक, historical, ऐतिहासिक. This novel is a historical account of the Civil War. This novel is a historical account of the Civil War. Section, शहर या देश का क्षेत्र. Section, शहर या देश का क्षेत्र. The northern section of the city has more parks. The northern section of the city has more parks. Author, लेखक, author, लेखक. The author of this book is Stephen King. The author of this book is Stephen King. Useful, उपयोग के योग्य, useful, उपयोग के योग्य. The tool is useful only when the users know how to operate it. The tool is useful only when the users know how to operate it. Expand, विस्तार करना, expand, विस्तार करना. The company is looking to expand its operation overseas. The company is looking to expand its operations overseas. Combine, मिलाना, combine, मिलाना. She combines work with caring for her children. She combines work with caring for her children. Confirm, post करना, confirm, post करना. Please confirm your attendance at the meeting. Please confirm your attendance at the meeting. Broad, choda. Broad, choda. The river is very broad. The river is very broad. Attach, jodna. Attach, jodna. Please attach your photo to the application form. Please attach your photo to the application form. Technique, 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 technique. She has a good technique for throwing the ball. She has a good technique for throwing the ball. Method, tarika. Method, tarika. He has his own method of making coffee. He has his own method of making coffee. Route, rasta. Route, rasta. We decided to take the scenic route to the beach. We decided to take the scenic route to the beach. Display, dikhana. Display, dikhana. He displayed his paintings in the local gallery. He displayed his paintings in the local gallery. Stable, sthir. Stable, sthir. The patient's condition is now stable. The patient's condition is now stable. Possess, rakhna. Possess, rakhna. She possesses an incredible amount of knowledge about art. She possesses an incredible amount of knowledge about art. Cycle, 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 cycle. He rides his cycle to work every day. He rides his cycle to work every day. Channel, 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 channel. The farmer dug a channel to direct the water to his crops. The farmer dug a channel to direct the water to his crops. Raw, kacha, raw, kacha. I like to eat raw vegetables in my salad. I like to eat raw vegetables in my salad. Collection, sangrahan, collection, sangrahan. The collection of funds for the charity was a huge success. The collection of funds for the charity was a huge success. Review, samiksha, review, samiksha. I read a review of the movie before deciding to go watch it. I read a review of the movie before deciding to watch it. Associate, मेलजोल करना. Associate, मेलजोल करना. He doesn't associate with that group of boys anymore. He doesn't associate with that group of boys anymore. Exchange, अदला बदली करना. Exchange, अदला बदली करना. He exchanged his pencil for a pen. He exchanged his pencil for a pen. Typical, प्रचलित. Typical, प्रचलित. A typical day for me begins at 7 a.m. A typical day for me begins at 7 a.m. Fundamental, मूलभूत तत्व. Fundamental, मूलभूत तत्व. We need to change the fundamental of our education system. We need to change the fundamental of our education system. Foundation, संस्था. Foundation, संस्था. The Cancer Research Foundation has funded many studies. The Cancer Research Foundation has funded many studies. Uniform, samro. Uniform, samro. School uniform is the same for everyone. School uniform is the same for everyone. Treatment, nipatna. Treatment, nipatna. She doesn't agree with the treatment of animals in the circus. She doesn't agree with the treatment of animals in the circus. Response उत्तर देना. Response उत्तर देना. His letter was a response to her question. His letter was a response to her question. Prevent रोकना. Prevent रोकना. Regular exercise can help prevent heart disease. Regular exercise can help prevent heart disease. Significant महत्वपूर्ण. Significant महत्वपूर्ण. Everyone was surprised by the significant change in his attitude. Everyone was surprised by the significant change in his attitude. Depth, गहनता. Depth, गहनता. He was astonished by the depth of her emotion. He was astonished by the depth of her emotion. Rewrite, लिखित दस्तावेज में बदल करना. The Constitution was rewritten to include new civil rights. The Constitution was rewritten to include new civil rights. Resign, पद त्यागना. Resign, अधिकार त्यागना. The king decided to resign the throne in favor of his son. The king decided to resign the throne in favor of his son. Lurk, घात लगाना. Lurk, घात लगाना. A thief was lurking in the shadows. A thief was lurking in the shadows. Hatch, अंडे से निकलना. Hatch, अंडे से निकलना. The eggs should hatch within a few days. The eggs should hatch within a few days. Daydream, दिन में सपने देखना. Daydream, दिन में सपने देखना. She spent her afternoon daydreaming about her holidays. Unfortunate, दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण. Unfortunate, दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण. It's unfortunate that we have to cancel the trip. It's unfortunate that we have to cancel the trip. Unique, विशेष. Unique, विशेष. You have a unique sense of humor. You have a unique sense of humor. Collect, संग्रह करना. Collect, संग्रह करना. I collect vintage cars as a hobby. I collect vintage cars as a hobby. Frame, ढांचा. Frame, ढांचा. The picture frame hangs on the wall. The picture frame hangs on the wall. Specific, first. Specific, first. She gave me specific instruction. She gave me specific instruction. Responsible, जिम्मेदार. Responsible, जिम्मेदार. Who is responsible for this mess? Who is responsible for this mess? Progress, आगे बढ़ना. Progress, आगे बढ़ना. His work is progressing well. His work is progressing well. Theory, संगीत का सिद्धांत. Theory, संगीत का सिद्धांत. She has a degree in music theory. She has a degree in music theory. Brown, भूरा. Brown, भूरा. He wore a brown jacket. He wore a brown jacket. Introduce, परिचय करना. Introduce, परिचय करना. She introduced her sister to her co-workers. She introduced her sister to her co-workers. Benefit, लाभ. Benefit, लाभ. Exercise has many health benefits. Exercise has many health benefits. Series, श्रृंखला. Series, श्रृंखला. She watched a series of movies each night. She watched a series of movies each night. Indeed, वास्तव में. Indeed, वास्तव में. She is indeed a tough competitor. She is indeed a tough competitor. Essential, आवश्यक. Essential, आवश्यक. Water is essential for life. Water is essential for life. Standard, मापदंड. Standard, मापदंड. The house was built to a high standard. The house was built to a high standard. Replace, प्रतिस्थापित करना. Replace, प्रतिस्थापित करना. John couldn't come to work today, so Alex replaced him. John couldn't come to work today, so Alex replaced him. Motion, gati. Motion, gati. He made a gentle motion toward the door. He made a gentle motion toward the door. Familiar, परिचित. Familiar, परिचित. Her face looks familiar. Her face looks familiar. Grant, प्रदान करना. Grant, प्रदान करना. The university granted him a scholarship. The university granted him a scholarship. Negative, नकारात्मक. Negative, नकारात्मक. She gave a negative answer to the question. She gave a negative answer to the question. Foreign, विदेशी. Foreign, विदेशी. He is studying foreign languages. He is studying foreign languages. Structure, संरचना. Structure, संरचना. The Eiffel Tower is an impressive structure. The Eiffel Tower is an impressive structure. Encourage, प्रोत्साहित करना. Encourage, प्रोत्साहित करना. Eating healthy encourages good health. Eating healthy encourages good health. Surface, उभरना. Surface, उभरना. After a long time underwater, the diver surfaced for air. After a long time underwater, the diver surfaced for air. Reflect, प्रतिबिंबित करना. Reflect, प्रतिबिंबित करना. The mirror reflects the light. The mirror reflects the light. Throughout, पूरा समय. Throughout, पूरा समय. She has lived here throughout her life. She has lived here throughout her life. Map, नक्शा. Map, नक्शा. I used a map to find my way to the restaurant. I used a map to find my way to the restaurant. Slide, सरकना. Slide, सरकना. The book slid off the table. The book slid off the table. Fourth, प्रदर्शित करना. Fourth, प्रदर्शित करना. He brought forth the document for review. He brought forth the document for review. Discuss, विचार विमर्श करना. Discuss, विचार विमर्श करना. The doctors discuss the patient's condition. The doctors discuss the patient's condition. Exercise, व्यायाम. Exercise, व्यायाम. She does an hour of exercise every morning. She does an hour of exercise every morning. Impact, प्रभाव डालना. Impact, प्रभाव डालना. The teacher's advice really impacted me. The teacher's advice really impacted me. Trace, चिन्ह. Trace, चिन्ह. The police found traces of poison in her blood. The police found traces of poison in her blood. Determine, निर्धारित करना. Determine, निर्धारित करना. The judge will determine the course of the trial. The judge will determine the course of the trial. Apply, प्रयोग करना. Apply, प्रयोग करना. You need to apply more effort to achieve this task. You need to apply more effort to achieve this task. Object, वस्तु. Object, वस्तु. She picked up a sharp object off the floor. She picked up a sharp object off the floor. Background, पृष्ठभूमि. Background, पृष्ठभूमि. The job requires a background in computer science. The job requires a background in computer science. Range, दायरा. Range, दायरा. This car has a range of 500 miles on a full tank. This car has a range of 500 miles on a full tank. Steady, संतुलित करना. Steady, संतुलित करना. He steadied the boat as he got in. He steadied the boat as he got in. Beside को छोड़कर. Beside को छोड़कर. Who is there besides me? Who is there besides me? Version, संस्करण. Version, संस्करण. I just installed the newest version of the software. I just installed the newest version of the software. Excellent, उत्कृष्ट. Excellent, उत्कृष्ट. Sandra is an excellent swimmer. Sandra is an excellent swimmer. Balance, संतुलन. Balance, संतुलन. She lost her balance and fell. She lost her balance and fell. Surround, घेर लेना. Surround, घेर लेना. The house was surrounded by a tall wooden fence. The house was surrounded by a tall wooden fence. Guide, मार्गदर्शन करना. Guide, मार्गदर्शन करना. The park ranger guides us through the forest. The park ranger guides us through the forest. Effect, परिणाम. Effect, परिणाम. The heatwave had severe effect on the crops. The heatwave had severe effect on the crops. Period, अवधि. Period, अवधि. She has been working there for a long period of time. She has been working there for a long period of time. Require, जरूरत. Require, जरूरत. I require a glass of water. I require a glass of water. Extra, अतिरिक्त. Extra, अतिरिक्त. I work extra hours to earn more money. I work extra hours to earn more money. Favor, उपहार. Favor, उपहार. The host gave out party favors as the guest left. The host gave out party favors as the guest left. Bridge, संयोजक. Bridge, संयोजक. Art can act as a bridge between different cultures. Art can act as a bridge between different cultures. Modern, आधुनिक. Modern, आधुनिक. She enjoys modern art more than classic art. She enjoys modern art more than classic art. Nearly, लगभग. Nearly, लगभग. I am nearly finished with my homework. I am nearly finished with my homework. Environment, पर्यावरण. Environment, पर्यावरण. We need to protect the environment from pollution. We need to protect the environment from pollution. Influence, प्रभाव. Influence, प्रभाव. He is a bad influence on my daughter. He is a bad influence on my daughter. Reveal, प्रकट करना. Reveal, प्रकट करना. He revealed that he had never been to college. He revealed that he had never been to college. Quality, गुणवत्ता. Quality, गुणवत्ता. The quality of her work is very high. The quality of his work is very high. Demand, प्रबल अनुरोध. Demand, प्रबल अनुरोध. The demand for this product has increased. The demand for this product has increased. Immediate, तत्काल. Immediate, तत्काल. We took immediate action to stop the flooding. We took immediate action to stop the flooding. Stress, तनाव. Stress, तनाव. She has been under a lot of stress at work recently. She has been under a lot of stress at work recently. Gather, संगठित होना. Gather, संगठित होना. They gathered around the campfire to sing songs. They gathered around the campfire to sing songs. Achieve, सफलता प्राप्त करना. Achieve, सफलता प्राप्त करना. We achieved our aim of becoming carbon neutral. We achieved our aim of becoming carbon neutral. Code, संकेत प्रणाली. Code, संकेत प्रणाली. Morse code is a system using dots and dashes. Morse code is a system using dots and dashes. Deliver, पहुंचाना. And deliver, पहुंचाना. The postman will deliver the letters tomorrow. The postman will deliver the letters tomorrow. Equal, बराबर. Equal, बराबर. Equal parts of milk and water. Equal parts of milk and water. Lack, कमी. Lack, कमी. The project was delayed due to the lack of funds. The project was delayed due to the lack of funds. Below, नीचे. Below, नीचे. There is a vast ocean below the surface of the water. There is a vast ocean below the surface of the water. Material, सामग्री. Material, सामग्री. The builder ordered more material for the house. The builder ordered more material for the house. Ultimate, श्रेष्ठ. Ultimate, श्रेष्ठ. She is the ultimate tennis player. She is the ultimate tennis player. Loose, ढीला. Loose, ढीला. The door handle is loose. The door handle is loose. Loss, हानि. Loss, हानि. He mourned the loss of his father. He mourned the loss of his father. Agent, प्रतिनिधि. Agent, प्रतिनिधि. She is acting as the agent for the company's Asian clients. She is acting as the agent for the company's Asian clients. Investigate, जांच करना. Investigate, जांच करना. The police are investigating the crime. The police are investigating the crime. Bound, निश्चित. Bound, निश्चित. She is bound to succeed. She is bound to succeed. However, हालांकि. However, हालांकि. However quickly you run, you won't catch the train now. However quickly you run, you won't catch the train now. Assume, धारणा करना. Assume, धारणा करना. He assumed a look of surprise when he heard the news. He assumed a look of surprise when he heard the news. Rough, खुरदरा. Rough, खुरदरा. Your hands are so rough from all your work. Your hands are so rough from all your work. Represent, प्रतीक. Represent, प्रतीक. The dove represent peace. The dove represent peace. Avoid, टालना. Avoid, टालना. She keeps avoiding me every time I try to speak to her. She keeps avoiding me every time I try to speak to her. Afford, खरीदने का सामर्थ्य होना. Afford, खरीदने का सामर्थ्य होना. I can't afford to buy a new car. I can't afford to buy a new car. Rare, दुर्लभ. Rare, दुर्लभ. The blue rose is a rare flower. The blue rose is a rare flower. Root, jad. Root, jad. The carrot is a root vegetable. The carrot is a root vegetable. Eventual, अंतिम. Eventual, अंतिम. The eventual outcome of the decision was positive. The eventual outcome of the decision was positive. Firm, soft, firm, soft. He touched the surface to check its firmness. He touched the surface to check its firmness. Target, Nisana. Target, Nisana. He hit the target in the center with his arrow. He hit the target in the center with his arrow. डिफाइन स्पष्ट रूप से वर्णन करना डिफाइन स्पष्ट रूप से वर्णन करना इट्स डिफिकल्ट टू डिफाइन व्हाट मेक्स अ गुड मैरिज इट्स डिफिकल्ट टू डिफाइन व्हाट मेक्स अ गुड मैरिज apparent स्पष्ट apparent स्पष्ट it's apparent that she doesn't like her job it's apparent that she doesn't like her job ड्यू निर्धारित समय पर अपेक्षित ड्यू निर्धारित समय पर अपेक्षित The bus is due to arrive at 10 a.m. The bus is due to arrive at 10 a.m. Slight थोड़ा slight थोड़ा I have a slight headache. I have a slight headache. Aim निशाना साधना aim निशाना साधना She aimed the gun at the target. She aimed the gun at the target. Complicate, जटिल बनाना. Complicate, जटिल बनाना. His sudden arrival has complicated matters. His sudden arrival has complicated matters. Likely, संभावित. Likely, संभावित. It's likely to rain today. It's likely to rain today. Infrastructure अवसंरचना Infrastructure अवसंरचना The war caused massive damage to the country's infrastructure. The war caused massive damage to the country's infrastructure. Fiber resa Fiber resa The shirt is made from cotton fiber. The shirt is made from cotton fiber. Distinct अलग distinct अलग There are three distinct categories of the disease. There are three distinct categories of the disease. Diagnose निदान करना Diagnose निदान करना The mechanic diagnosed the car as having a faulty brake system. The mechanic diagnosed the car as having a faulty brake system. Convey प्रस्तुत करना Convey प्रस्तुत करना The pipes convey water to the fields. The pipes convey water to the fields. Homicide हत्या करने की क्रिया Homicide हत्या करने की क्रिया The police confirmed the crime was a homicide. The police confirmed the crime was a homicide. Heritage विरासत Heritage विरासत The town's historical buildings are part of our national heritage. The town's historical buildings are part of our national heritage. Enthusiasm, उत्साह Enthusiasm, उत्साह She showed great enthusiasm for the project. She showed great enthusiasm for the project. Defensive, रक्षक Defensive, रक्षक Our team was in defensive mode during the last round of the game. Our team was in defensive mode during the last round of the game. Span पूरी लंबाई Span पूरी लंबाई The span of the bridge is 50 meters. The span of the bridge is 50 meters. Grid जाल Grid जाल The town was laid out in a grid pattern. The town was laid out in a grid pattern. Spear, bala. Spear, bala. The tribal warrior pointed his spear at the enemy. The tribal warrior pointed his spear at the enemy. Proportion, उचित भाग. Proportion, उचित भाग. My earnings did not bear a fair proportion to my efforts. My earnings did not bear a fair proportion to my efforts. Majesty, अधिकार या गरिमा. Majesty, अधिकार या गरिमा. The queen's majesty was undeniable. The queen's majesty was undeniable. Scramble, फुर्ती से चढ़ना या दौड़ना. Scramble, फुर्ती से चढ़ना या दौड़ना. He scrambled up the steep hillside. He scrambled up the steep hillside. Crust, परत. Crust, परत. She loves to eat pie crust. She loves to eat pie crust. Tickle, gudgudana. Tickle, gudgudana. He tickled her feet and made her laugh. He tickled her feet and made her laugh. Mention, उल्लेख करना. Mention, उल्लेख करना. She mentioned that the store would be closed tomorrow. She mentioned that the store would be closed tomorrow. Witness, गवाह बनना. Witness, गवाह बनना. I witnessed a car accident on the way home. I witnessed a car accident on the way home. Twist, मोड़ना. Twist, मोड़ना. She twisted the key in the lock and opened the door. She twisted the key in the lock and opened the door. Bunch, gucha. Bunch, gucha. He was holding a bunch of flowers. He was holding a bunch of flowers. Opinion, right. Opinion, right. In my opinion, this dress is more beautiful. In my opinion, this dress is more beautiful. Oh, कर्ज होना. Oh, कर्ज होना. He still owes $1,000 on his car loan. He still owes $1,000 on his car loan. Dust, धूल. Dust, धूल. I need to clean the dust of this old book. I need to clean the dust of this old book. Trade, व्यापार करना. Trade, व्यापार करना. They trade goods across the border. They trade goods across the border. Patience, धैर्यवान. Patient, धैर्यवान. She has been very patient with me. She has been very patient with me. Proper, उचित. Proper, उचित. This is the proper procedure to follow in an emergency. This is the proper procedure to follow in an emergency. Grave, kabra. Grave, kabra. My grandfather was buried in the family grave. My grandfather was buried in the family grave. Beer, beer. Beer, beer. He sat down to have a bottle of beer. He sat down to have a bottle of beer. Approach, निकट आना. Approach, निकट आना. The train is approaching the station. The train is approaching the station. Don't hoard. Don't hoard. We left the house before dawn. We left the house before dawn. Inspire, प्रेरित करना. Inspire, प्रेरित करना. Her courage inspired us. Her courage inspired us. Invite, निमंत्रित करना. Invite, निमंत्रित करना. I will invite my friends to my birthday party. I will invite my friends to my birthday party. Wrap, लपेटना. Wrap, लपेटना. She wrapped the gift in colorful paper. She wrapped the gift in the colorful paper. Tend, झुकाव रखना. Tend, झुकाव रखना. Plants tend to grow towards the lights. Plants tend to grow towards the lights. Monster, राक्षस. Monster, राक्षस. The monster under the bed scared the child. The monster under the bed scared the child. Separate विभाजित करना. Separate विभाजित करना. After years of unhappiness, they decided to separate. After years of unhappiness, they decided to separate. Folk, log. Folk, log. Folk living in this area are generally very friendly. Folk living in this area are generally very friendly. Rush, jaldi karna. Rush, jaldi karna. I rushed to the airport to catch my flight. I rushed to the airport to catch my flight. Nervous, घबराया हुआ. Nervous, घबराया हुआ. She felt very nervous before her exam. She felt very nervous before her exam. Settle, बसना. Settle, बसना. They decided to settle in Canada. They decided to settle in Canada. Whenever, जब भी. Whenever, जब भी. You may go whenever you wish. You may go whenever you wish. Drag, खींचना. Drag, खींचना. I had to drag this heavy suitcase all the way home. I had to drag this heavy suitcase all the way home. Angry, क्रोधित. Angry, क्रोधित. I am very angry with you for lying to me. I am very angry with you for lying to me. Stranger, परिचित नहीं. Stranger, परिचित नहीं. He always felt like a stranger in that town. He always felt like a stranger in that town. Onto, पर. Onto, पर. The cat jumped onto the table. The cat jumped onto the table. Major, मुख्य विषय. Major, मुख्य विषय. Her major in college was economics. Her major in college was economics. Wound, घाव. Wound, घाव. He was treated for a deep wound after the accident. He was treated for a deep wound after the accident. Evidence, सबूत. Evidence, सबूत. The police have found evidence that links him to the crime. The police have found evidence that links him to the crime. Sail, समुद्र यात्रा शुरू करना. Sail, समुद्र यात्रा शुरू करना. The ship sailed at the dawn. The ship sailed at the dawn. Bother, परेशान करना. Bother, परेशान करना. I hope my call didn't bother you. I hope my call didn't bother you. Ability, कौशल. Ability, कौशल. He has the ability to make everyone laugh. He has the ability to make everyone laugh. Powerful, शक्तिशाली. Powerful, शक्तिशाली. The hurricane was so powerful, it destroyed homes. The hurricane was so powerful, it destroyed homes. Victim, पीड़ित. Victim, पीड़ित. She was a victim of a brutal attack. She was a victim of a brutal attack. Hungry, भूखा. Hungry, भूखा. I haven't eaten anything since morning, so I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten anything since morning, so I'm really hungry. Condition, शर्त. Condition, शर्त. He agreed to the conditions of the contract. He agreed to the conditions of the contract. Heal, ठीक होना. Heal, ठीक होना. Her wound has finally started to heal. Her wound has finally started to heal. Quit, त्यागना. Quit, त्यागना. She successfully managed to quit smoking. She successfully managed to quit smoking. Perform, मंचन करना. Perform, मंचन करना. She will perform the lead role in the play. She will perform the lead role in the play. Estimate, अनुमान लगाना. Estimate, अनुमान लगाना. I estimate that I will be there in an hour. I estimate that I will be there in an hour. Prospect, संभावना. Prospect, संभावना. There was no prospect of recovery. There was no prospect of recovery. Testimony, गवाही. Testimony, गवाही. His testimony was crucial in convicting the criminal. His testimony was crucial in convicting the criminal. Resemble, समान दिखना. Resemble, समान दिखना. She really resembles her mother in appearance. She really resembles her mother in appearance. Moron, बेवकूफ व्यक्ति. Moron, बेवकूफ व्यक्ति. Don't be such a moron. Read the instructions first. Don't be such a moron. Read the instructions first. Eat, खुजली करना. Eat, खुजली करना. The mosquito bites made me itch all day. The mosquito bites made me itch all day. Idle, niskriya. Idle, niskriya. She spent an idle afternoon on the beach. She spent an idle afternoon on the beach. Grim, gambhir. Grim, gambhir. She had a grim look on her face. She had a grim look on her face. Gleam, jhalak. Gleam, jhalak. In the darkness, the gleam of the flashlight helps us see. In the darkness, the gleam of the flashlight helps us see. Vary, badalna. Vary, badalna. Her mood varies with the weather. Her mood varies with the weather. Transmit, रोग फैलाना. Transmit, रोग फैलाना. Mosquitoes can transmit malaria to humans. Mosquitoes can transmit malaria to humans. Glaze, चमकदार परत. Glaze, चमकदार परत. She applied a blue glaze to the pottery. She applied a blue glaze to the pottery. Escort, सुरक्षा guard. Escort, सुरक्षा guard. The celebrity was surrounded by his escorts. The celebrity was surrounded by his escorts. Disrespect, अपमान. Disrespect, अपमान. She is upset because of her son's disrespect towards her. She is upset because of her son's disrespect towards her. Crucify, कड़ी आलोचना करना. Crucify, कड़ी आलोचना करना. The critics crucified the author for his controversial book. The critics crucified the author for his controversial book. Hype, बढ़ा चढ़ाकर प्रचार. Hype, बढ़ा चढ़ाकर प्रचार. The movie wasn't as good as the hype led us to expect. The movie wasn't as good as the hype led us to expect. Elsewhere, कहीं और. Elsewhere, कहीं और. If they don't have the book you want, try looking elsewhere. If you don't have the book you want, try looking elsewhere. Lump, इकट्ठा करना. Lump, इकट्ठा करना. She lumped all the clothes together in one vase. She lumped all the clothes together in one vase. Fare, kiraya. Fare, kiraya. The bus fare from New York to Boston is $35. The bus fare from New York to Boston is $35. Wait, पशु चिकित्सक. Wait, पशु चिकित्सक. My cat is sick. We need to take her to the vet. My cat is sick. We need to take her to the vet. Prosecute, appeal करना. Prosecute, appeal करना. The state will prosecute him for theft. The state will prosecute him for theft. Exile, निर्वासन. Exile, निर्वासन. He lived in exile in France for many years. He lived in exile in France for many years. Sheer, पूर्णतः. Sheer, पूर्णतः. She was filled with sheer joy at the news. She was filled with sheer joy at the news. Countless, असंख्य. Countless, असंख्य. There are countless stars in the sky. There are countless stars in the sky. Feminine, महिला से जुड़ा हुआ. Feminine, महिला से जुड़ा हुआ. She has a feminine style of dressing. She has a feminine style of dressing. Breach, उल्लंघन. Breach, उल्लंघन. A breach of confidently. A breach of confidently. Assess, मूल्यांकन करना. Assess, मूल्यांकन करना. Teachers are always assessing their students' progress. Teachers are always assessing their students' progress. Resolution, संकल्प. Resolution, संकल्प. John made a resolution to exercise every day. John made a resolution to exercise every day. Pity, महत्वहीन. Pity, महत्वहीन. Don't worry about such petty matters. Don't worry about such petty matters. Orbit, कक्षा. Orbit, कक्षा. The moon makes an orbit around Earth every month. The moon makes an orbit around Earth every month. Freaky, अजीब. Freaky, अजीब. This house gives off a freaky vibe. This house gives off a freaky vibe. Distribute, वितरित करना. Distribute, वितरित करना. The teacher will distribute the textbooks among all the students. The teacher will distribute the textbooks among all the students. Thrust, जोर से धकेलना. Thrust, जोर से धकेलना. Her thrust his hands in his pockets. Her thrust his hands in his pockets. Saddle, मुसीबत में डालना. Saddle, मुसीबत में डालना. He was saddled with the task of organizing the event. He was saddled with the task of organizing the event. Exotic, असामान्य. Exotic, असामान्य. The garden is filled with exotic flowers. The garden is filled with exotic flowers. Overlook, ऊपर से देखना. Overlook, ऊपर से देखना. Their house overlooks the sea. Their house overlooks the sea. Dreadful, भयानक. Dreadful, भयानक. It was a dreadful storm last night. It was a dreadful storm last night. Incredible, अद्भुत. Incredible, अद्भुत. The special effects in the movie were simply incredible. The special effects in the movie were simply incredible. Grab, झपटना. Grab, झपटना. He grabbed his coat and left the room. He grabbed his coat and left the room. Terrible, अप्रिय. Terrible, अप्रिय. He made a terrible mistake. He made a terrible mistake. Unless, जब तक नहीं. Unless, जब तक नहीं. I won't go unless I'm invited. I won't go unless I'm invited. Anywhere, कहीं भी. Anywhere, कहीं भी. You can find these products anywhere in the world. You can find these products anywhere in the world. pretend, bahana karna. Pretend, bahana karna. She pretended to be interested in what he was saying. She pretended to be interested in what he was saying. Sight, drashya. Sight, drashya. The sight of the beach was stunning. The sight of the beach was stunning. Consider manana. Consider manana. I consider you a friend. I consider you a friend. Seek Bhojana. Seek Bhojana. He is seeking a job in the city. He is seeking a job in the city. Extreme, Uchatam star. Extreme, Uchatam star. The decision will be made at the extreme level. The decision will be made at the extreme level. Bind, bandhana. Bind, bandhana. She used a strip of cloth to bind the wound. She used a strip of cloth to bind the wound. Ruin, nast karna. Ruin, nast karna. His reputation was ruined after the scandal. His reputation was ruined after the scandal. Trap, fasana. Trap, fasana. The cat trapped the mouse in the corner. The cat trapped the mouse in the corner. Assist, madad karna. Assist, madad karna. I will assist you in preparing the presentation. I will assist you in preparing the presentation. Offensive, apmanjana. Offensive, apmanjana. We made some offensive remarks about her appearance. We made some offensive remarks about her appearance. Heed, dhyan dena. Heed, dhyan dena. We should have heeded the warnings. He should have heeded the warnings. Match, bulbulaya. Match, bulbulaya. The children got lost in the corn match. The children got lost in the corn match. Artificial putri. Artificial putri. Artificial flowers don't require sunlight or water. Artificial flowers don't require sunlight or water. Pledge vada karna. Pledge vada karna. We pledged to donate $10,000 to the charity. We pledged to donate $10,000 to the charity. Greedy, lalchi. Greedy, lalchi. She is always greedy for more cake. She is always greedy for more cake. Everlasting, anand. Everlasting, anand. He swore his everlasting love for her. He swore his everlasting love for her. Bizarre, ajib. Bizarre, ajib. She had a bizarre sense of humor. She had a bizarre sense of humor. Mainstream, Mukhyadhara. Mainstream, Mukhyadhara. His views are now considered mainstream. His views are now considered mainstream. Fetch, Lana. Fetch, Lana. Can you fetch me a glass of water from the kitchen? Can you fetch me a glass of water from the kitchen? Trent, Khai. Trent, Khai. The workers dug a long trench to lay the pipeline. The workers dug a long trench to lay the pipeline. Integrate, सम्मिलित करना. Integrate, सम्मिलित करना. We need to integrate all data into one system. We need to integrate all data into one system. Veteran, अनुभवी व्यक्ति. Veteran, अनुभवी व्यक्ति. He is a veteran of the computer industry. He is a veteran of the computer industry. Mob, peer. Mob, peer. The mob of protesters became violent. The mob of protesters became violent. Messi बिखरा हुआ. Messi बिखरा हुआ. My roommate's side of the door is always messy. My roommate's side of the door is always messy. Ecstasy, permanent. Ecstasy, permanent. She was in ecstasy after her team won the championship. She was in ecstasy after her team won the championship. Roast, Onana. Roast, Onana. We decided to roast a whole kitchen for dinner. We decided to roast a whole kitchen for dinner. Subway, Metro Pranali. Subway, Metro Pranali. She takes the subway to work every day. She takes the subway to work every day. Prophecy, Bhavishyavan. Prophecy, Bhavishyavan. The prophecy predicted peace among nations. The prophecy predicted peace among nations. Suggestion, Sanket. Suggestion, Sanket. His face gave no suggestion of his actual thoughts. His face gave no suggestion. Rehearse, अभ्यास करना. Rehearse, अभ्यास करना. We were rehearsing a radio play. We were rehearsing a radio play. Meaningful, sarthak. Meaningful, sarthak. The new structure would bring meaningful savings. The new structure would bring meaningful savings. Horrid, बहुत अप्रिय. Horrid, बहुत अप्रिय. I had a horrid nightmare last night. I had a horrid nightmare last night. Swift, तेज गति से. Swift, तेज गति से. He made a swift decision to avoid the danger. He made a swift decision to avoid the danger. Cue, Sanket. Cue, Sanket. My teacher joked about such attitudes and I followed her cue. My teacher joked about such attitudes and I followed her cue. Want, Adat. Want, Adat. She was wont to get up early in the morning. She was wont to get up early in the morning. Improvement, Sudhar. Improvement, Sudhar. There is still room for improvement. There is still room for improvement. Swam, badalna. Swam, badalna. I can swim my toy car for your toy truck. I can swim my toy car for your toy truck. Substitute, pratisthapit. Substitute, pratisthapit. He is a substitute for my classmate who is sick. He is a substitute for my classmate who is sick. Sniff, नाक से हवा खींचने की क्रिया. Sniff, नाक से हवा खींचने की क्रिया. I took a sniff of the fragrant flowers. I took a sniff of the fragrant flowers. Devoted, Nishthavan. Devoted, Nishthavan. He is devoted fan of local sports day. He is devoted fan of local sports day. Destined, Niyat. Destined, Niyat. She was destined to become a great pianist. She was destined to become a great pianist. Arrival, Agaman. Arrival, Agaman. They were at the station to meet the arrival of their aunt. They were at the station to meet the arrival of their aunt. Prescription, Parchi. Prescription, Parchi. The doctor gave me a prescription for my cough. The doctor gave me a prescription for my cough. Diverse, vivid. Diverse, vivid. New York is a very culturally diverse city. New York is a very culturally diverse city. Persuade Manana. Persuade Manana. It's no use trying to persuade him that you are innocent. It's no use trying to persuade him that you are innocent. Deploy, तैनात करना. Deploy, तैनात करना. My job doesn't really allow me to deploy my skills. My job doesn't really allow me to deploy my skills. Productive उत्पादक. Productive उत्पादक. There was a very productive partnership. There was a very productive partnership. Mentality मानसिकता. Mentality मानसिकता. She has a very practical mentality. She has a very practical mentality. Interaction परस्पर क्रिया. Interaction परस्पर क्रिया. There is a little interaction between the two colleagues. There is a little interaction between the two colleagues. Instruct सिखाना. Instruct सिखाना. He instructed them in the use of the new software. He instructed them in the use of the new software. Convection संवहन. Convection संवहन. Warm air rises by the process of convection. Warm air rises by the process of convection. Component घटक. Component घटक. The factory supplies electrical components for cars. The factory supplies electrical components for cars. Depart स्थान छोड़ना. Depart स्थान छोड़ना. The train will depart from the platform 1. The train will depart from the platform 1. Stomp भारी कदम रखना. Stomp भारी कदम रखना. She stomped off angrily. She stomped off angrily. Rejection अस्वीकार. Rejection अस्वीकार. His proposal met with outright rejection. His proposal met with outright rejection. Legitimate न्यायसंगत. Legitimate न्यायसंगत. He felt he had a legitimate excuse for the mistake. He felt he had a legitimate excuse for the mistake. Stereotype रूढ़िवादी. Stereotype रूढ़िवादी. The characters in the book are just stereotypes. The characters in the book are just stereotypes. Unseen अनदेखा. Unseen अनदेखा. Many diseases are caused by unseen germs. Many diseases are caused by unseen germs. Overseas विदेश. Overseas विदेश. She has relatives overseas. She has relatives overseas. Custody हिरासत. Custody हिरासत. The mother got custody of the child. The mother got custody of the child. Worldwide विश्वव्यापी. Worldwide विश्वव्यापी. The company has a worldwide reputation for quality. The company has a worldwide reputation for quality. Ruthless निर्दयी. Ruthless निर्दयी. The ruthless dictator ruled with an iron fist. The ruthless dictator ruled with an iron fist. Assign सौंपना. Assign सौंपना. The case has been assigned to our most senior officers. The case has been assigned to our most senior officers. Withdraw निकालना. Withdraw निकालना. I withdrew some money from my bank account. I withdrew some money from my bank account. Vacuum, vacuum cleaner. Vacuum, vacuum cleaner. She used the vacuum to clean the carpet. She used the vacuum to clean the carpet. Nearby, करीब. Nearby, करीब. There is a grocery store nearby. There is a grocery store nearby. Nurture, संरक्षण. Nurture, संरक्षण. She wants to stay at home and nurture her children. She wants to stay at home and nurture her children. Vengeance, प्रतिशोध. Vengeance, प्रतिशोध. She cried out for vengeance. She cried out for vengeance. Tidy, साफ सुथरा. Tidy, साफ सुथरा. The house was clean and tidy. The house was clean and tidy. Nod, सिर हिलाना. Nod, सिर हिलाना. He looked up and nodded for me to come in. He looked up and nodded for me to come in. Companion, Sathi. Companion, Sathi. She went traveling with a female companion. She went traveling with a female companion. Breakdown, Vifalta. Breakdown, Vifalta. The car had a breakdown on the highway. The car had a breakdown on the highway. Implement, Aujar. Implement, Aujar. A farmer uses various implements for farming. A farmer uses various implements for farming. Corridor, Galiara. Corridor, Galiara. The hotel corridor was filled with guests checking in. The hotel corridor was filled with guests checking in. Progressive, Lagatar. Progressive, Lagatar. We have noted progressive improvement in his performance. We have noted progressive improvement in his performance. Paris, Marjana. Paris, Marjana. Many people perished in the earthquake. Many people perished in the earthquake. Debris, Kabad. Debris, Kabad. After the storm, there was a lot of debris on the road. After the storm, there was a lot of debris on the road. Shackle, Bedi. Shackle, Bedi. The prisoner was brought in, his feet bound in shackles. The prisoner was brought in, his feet bound in shackles. Sensible, Vyavharik. Sensible, Vyavharik. She wore sensible shoes for the long hike. She wore sensible shoes for the long hike. Pavement, Pedal Rasta. Pavement, Pedal Rasta. The children played on the pavement outside their house. The children played on the pavement outside their house. Amid के बीच में. Amid के बीच में. He left amid a cloud of dust. He left amid a cloud of dust. Additional अतिरिक्त. Additional अतिरिक्त. She was asked to do some additional work on the weekend. She was asked to do some additional work on the weekend. Via के रास्ते. Via के रास्ते. He came to the party via the back door. He came to the party via the back door. Remorse, पश्चाताप. Remorse, पश्चाताप. He felt full of remorse for stealing his friend's bike. He felt full of remorse for stealing his friend's bike. Establishment, Sthapna. Establishment, Sthapna. The establishment of the new hospital took 2 years. The establishment of the new hospital took 2 years. Esteem, Samman. Esteem, Samman. His colleagues hold him in high esteem. His colleagues hold him in high esteem. Scrub, घिसकर साफ करना. Scrub, घिसकर साफ करना. I scrubbed the kitchen floor until it was sparkling clean. I scrubbed the kitchen floor until it was sparkling clean. Revolve, घूमना. Revolve, घूमना. The earth revolves around the sun. The earth revolves around the sun. Hostile, युद्ध संबंधी. Hostile, युद्ध संबंधी. The soldiers were entering hostile territory. The soldiers were entering hostile territory. Aspiration, महत्वाकांक्षा. Aspiration, महत्वाकांक्षा. He had high aspiration for his son. He had high aspiration for his son. Aggression, आक्रामक व्यवहार. Aggression, आक्रामक व्यवहार. Some type of dog are bred for aggression. Some type of dog are bred for aggression. Diminish, कम करना. Diminish, कम करना. Her worry did not diminish as the morning went on. Her worry did not diminish as the morning went on. Inherent, अंतर्निहित. Inherent, अंतर्निहित. Risk is inherent in the stock market. Risk is inherent in the stock market. Legendary, proceed. Legendary, proceed. Michael Jordan is a legendary basketball player. Michael Jordan is a legendary basketball player. Misunderstanding, गलतफहमी. Misunderstanding, गलतफहमी. A misunderstanding between friends can cause a lot of pain. A misunderstanding between friends can cause a lot of pain. Rebellion, withdraw. Rebellion, withdraw. The peasants rose in rebellion against the tyrant king. The peasants rose in rebellion against the tyrant king. Drunken, नशे में. Drunken, नशे में. He made a drunken attempt to put on his shoes. He made a drunken attempt to put on his shoes. Sentiment, right. Sentiment, right. When it comes to politics, everyone has their own sentiments. When it comes to politics, everyone has their own sentiments. Intuition, सहज ज्ञान. Intuition, सहज ज्ञान. You should trust your intuition in making your decision. You should trust your intuition in making your decision. Alliance, गठबंधन. Alliance, गठबंधन. The two political parties formed an alliance to win the election. The two political parties formed an alliance to win the election. Altogether, पूरी तरह. Altogether, पूरी तरह. I stopped seeing him altogether after the accident. I stopped seeing him altogether after the accident. Enterprise परियोजना. Enterprise परियोजना. Starting a new enterprise is always a risky decision. Starting a new enterprise is always a risky decision. Implant प्रत्यारोपित करना. Implant प्रत्यारोपित करना. The dentist implanted a false tooth to replace the one I lost. The dentist implanted a false tooth to replace the one I lost. Adequate, संतोषजनक. Adequate, संतोषजनक. I didn't have adequate time to prepare. I didn't have adequate time to prepare. Virtually, लगभग. Virtually, लगभग. The disease is virtually unknown in developed countries. The disease is virtually unknown in developed countries. Gracious, सम्मानपूर्ण व्यवहार करने वाला. Gracious, सम्मानपूर्ण व्यवहार करने वाला. He greeted us with a gracious smile. He greeted us with a gracious smile. Abstract, अमूर्त. Abstract, अमूर्त. She has abstract thoughts about life and reality. She has abstract thoughts about life and reality. Equation, समीकरण. Equation, समीकरण. A simple equation would be 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. A simple equation would be 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Flap, समस्याएं. Flap, समस्याएं. There was a big flap when she arrived late. There was a big flap when she arrived late. Jealousy, ईर्ष्या. Jealousy, ईर्ष्या. He broke his brother's new bike in a fit of jealousy. He broke his brother's new bike in a fit of jealousy. Suffocate, घुटन से मरना. Suffocate, घुटन से मरना. The room was so stuffy, he felt like he was going to suffocate. The room was so stuffy, he felt like he was going to suffocate. Haze, कोहरा. Haze, कोहरा. The early morning haze covered the fields. The early morning haze covered the fields. Parallel, समांतर. Parallel, समांतर. The two lines are parallel to each other. The two lines are parallel to each other. Cannon, तोप. Cannon, तोप. The fort was equipped with several cannons for defense. The fort was equipped with several cannons for defense. Compose रचना करना. Compose रचना करना. She composed a beautiful song. She composed a beautiful song. Flatter चापलूसी करना. Flatter चापलूसी करना. He would always flatter his boss to try to get a promotion. He would always flatter his boy to try to get a promotion. Unity ekta. Unity ekta. There is a sense of unity in the team. There is a sense of unity in the team. Relevant प्रासंगिक. Relevant प्रासंगिक. Your comments are relevant to our discussion. Your comments are relevant to our discussion. Contribution योगदान. Contribution योगदान. John's contribution to the project was significant. John's contribution to the project was significant. On stage मंच पर. On stage मंच पर. The actor moved on stage when it was his turn to perform. The actor moved on stage when it was his turn to perform. Reception प्रतिक्रिया. Reception प्रतिक्रिया. The audience reception to the new movie was mixed. The audience reception to the new movie was mixed. Sufficient पर्याप्त. Sufficient पर्याप्त. He didn't have sufficient money to buy a new car. He didn't have sufficient money to buy a new car. Astray भटके हुए. Astray भटके हुए. We went astray, but a man showed us the right road. We went astray, but a man showed us the right road. District Setra. District Setra. He lives in a wealthy district of the city. He lives in a wealthy district of the city. Govern शासन करना. Govern शासन करना. Our city is well governed by its elected officials. Our city is well governed by its elected officials. Surveillance निगरानी. Surveillance निगरानी. The bank robbery was recorded by surveillance cameras. The bank robbery was recorded by surveillance cameras. Backup सहायता या समर्थन. Backup सहायता या समर्थन. I will be your backup in case your date cancels. I will be your backup in case your date cancels. Civilian नागरिक. Civilian नागरिक. The war caused the death of many civilians. The war caused the death of many civilians. Convict अपराधी. Convict अपराधी. The convict was sentenced to 2 years in prison. The convict was sentenced to 2 years in prison. Demise मृत्यु. Demise मृत्यु. News of his demise spread quickly. News of his demise spread quickly. Dissolve धुलना. Dissolve धुलना. Sugar dissolves in water. Sugar dissolves in water. Analysis विश्लेषण. Analysis विश्लेषण. Her analysis of the situation is very thorough. Her analysis of the situation is very thorough. Applause ताली. Applause ताली. His speech received loud applause. His speech received loud applause. Skeleton कंकाल. Skeleton कंकाल. Human skeleton consists of 206 bones. Human skeleton consists of 206 bones. Tourist पर्यटक. Tourist पर्यटक. There are always lots of tourists in Paris. There are always lots of tourists in Paris. Scenario कहानी की रूपरेखा. Scenario कहानी की रूपरेखा. She is writing a scenario for a short film. She is writing a scenario for a short film. Hint, Sanket. Hint, Sanket. Can you give me a hint about the surprise? Can you give me a hint about the surprise? Rebuild, पुनर्निर्माण करना. Rebuild, पुनर्निर्माण करना. After the fire, they had to rebuild their house. After the fire, they had to rebuild their house. Explosive, विस्फोटक. Explosive, विस्फोटक. The bomb squad deactivated the explosive device. The bomb squad deactivated the explosive device. Realistic, वास्तविक. Realistic, वास्तविक. It is not realistic to expect to learn English in 2 weeks. It is not realistic to expect to learn English in 2 weeks. Curiosity, जिज्ञासा. Curiosity, जिज्ञासा. Her natural curiosity led her to ask more questions. Her natural curiosity led her to ask more questions. Underestimate, कम करके आंकना. Underestimate, कम करके आंकना. Never underestimate your opponent in a game. Never underestimate your opponent in a game. Arena, मंच. Arena, मंच. The concert was held in large arena. The concert was held in large arena. Dictate, बोलकर लिखवाना. Dictate, बोलकर लिखवाना. The teacher dictated the answer to the class. The teacher dictated the answer to the class. Prejudice, पूर्वाग्रह. Prejudice, पूर्वाग्रह. He has a prejudice against fast food. He has a prejudice against fast food. Empathy, सहानुभूति. Empathy, सहानुभूति. He loves children and has a certain empathy with them. He loves children and has a certain empathy with them. Symptom, लक्षण. Symptom, लक्षण. A fever is a common symptom of many illness. A fever is a common symptom of many illness. Cradle, पालना. Cradle, पालना. The baby is sleeping soundly in his cradle. The baby is sleeping soundly in his cradle. Corrupt, rust या घूस देना. Corrupt, rust या घूस देना. Both companies are under investigation for corrupt practices. Both companies are under investigation for corrupt practices.